Hey guys, Justin here. Now, in this video, I'm going to answer one question. Which campaign has the best maps? So basically, which campaign has, the best map mission, so you can see here, stuff like this. And honestly, in my honest opinion, all of them. Yeah, I know it's a bit of a cop-out, but seriously, all of these maps actually fit mostly, with some exceptions, fit well with their style of play. Let me just abbreviate. So we'll go on to Moscow. All of these kind of fit well with Moscow, as in long ranges, slower engagements, with some close range engagements near the point. Look at Monastery, look at Bellow, look at even Birchgrove, even though I can't really play it without crashing. Vescovo in a way, and especially on the conquest maps like Avantgarde, the city map here. What else is there? Kanka River, which is really good, by the way. That's a really good map. There is a map missing here, which is the Sawmill, which I think also complies with this rule as well. But the main thing you need to with Moscow is that you've got a lot of you're going to be pitted with long engagements with with very few short range, or in some maps no close range combat. So yeah, and Moscow really excels at this. If this was Normandy or Berlin, it would suck. Some of the maps would suck, but because it's Moscow, they don't. Normandy is kind of a mixed bag. You get great maps like Le Brie, Omir, Ruins of Arcs, Garde Saint Lo, Le Brie again, Ruins of Arcs again, and, to a lesser extent, stuff like Versimer and Courville Farm, but most of the maps, unfortunately, when people think of Normandy, they think of swamps, they think of chateau, they think of airfield, which are terrible maps, don't get me wrong. They are bad maps, but the problem is that you'll be just... Again, these are the exception, not the rule. You can see here, for every airfield, there's a Le Brie, there's a Ruins of Arcs, there's an Omir. There's more good maps than bad maps when it comes to Normandy, and even then, when Normandy gets a good map, they get a great map. Like, seriously, look at stuff like Omir, Le Brie, Ruins. They're all great maps. And they're all fan favourites. In fact, Le Brie is probably my favourite map in the game. For Berlin, these are all, again, very close quarters urban fighting, which, again, some people don't like. I love it, so it's a reason why I'd say Berlin for me, the average, the best maps on average. You can see here, Ministry Garden, HGS, Konix Plaza, Moat, Kroll, which is my favourite Berlin map, by the way. Even Bramhoff, even Lecter Bramhoff has this philosophy, even though it's got other problems. Wilhelmstrasse. The only really thing that doesn't comply with this is that station and Silo. And that's because they both have... Well, they're both more open-ended. Silo because of the armoured train, and Warburg because it's basically Silo, just invasion. And even if you look at the... look at some of the assault... look at the conquest maps. Right Chancery, Wilhelmstrasse, HGS, Bramhoff. They're all pretty good. And for the most part, they're close quarters. I do want to see a Kroll. I really want to see a Kroll conquest map. Just because of how close it would be. Close it would be. Because you just have like 3 points. And it'd just be very close quarters. I finally got Tunisia. Now, Tunisia, I really shat on Tunisia a lot when it came to how bad... I'll say the maps were bad, because I really only had a few games. Like, I had one match on Gorge, a match on Fortress, which was fun. A couple matches on Al-Har, which were really good. I really like Al-Har. And I had, one match on Algebra, which is pretty bad. And Oasis, I really did not like at all. I still don't like Oasis. Algebra is not my favourite either. And Gorge can be better, but Fortress and Al-Har are both really good maps. Like, people, like, I know people discount, like, Tunisia, like, oh, when we're doing the custom, we're like, oh, everything but Tunisia. But I think, you know, Al-Har and Fortress are actually good maps. Not the best. They're about as good as something like, say, a moat, or I don't know, something which is, you know, not the worst, not a bad map, but not a great map. So a good map, basically. They're good maps, and that's the thing as well. All of the maps fit their playstyle very well, which is why Berlin maps are so... I like Berlin maps so much. And yeah, there's some exceptions, like Airfield probably would do better if it was on a Moscow map. And some maps like Al-Har would be amazing if they were on, if a similar map was on Normandy or Berlin. But they still are these are still great maps. And yeah, there's some exceptions like Fortified District, which are, and Quarry, which I don't even know what they were thinking with Quarry. But yeah, I think that's basically where I'm coming from. This basically, there are bad maps, but the campaign in general has great maps in general. Like, you know, people say, oh, you know, Normandy has like really bad map. They have swamps and they have chateau, and they have airfield. It's like, yeah, they have those 3 maps, but they also have Omir, Le Brie, and Saint Lo, which are much better maps. You know, you might go like, oh, you know, train station here and this one here are bad for Berlin, but you say, yeah, but Kroll, Konix Plaza, Military Garden, HDS, and Wilhelmstrasse are all really good maps. And I think that's the thing. It's like there's bad maps in each campaign, but there's great maps in each campaign, which is why, you know. And I think that's what's great about this game. So there's so many variety in the maps and with the campaigns as well. Like, for example, the reason why I don't play Moscow and Tunisia much is because I'm not a fan of bolt action play, which is why I like Berlin and Normandy, because I'm always about, you know, close range, up in your face, always on the objective style of combat. I'm guessing more like playing to win, essentially. You know, playing the objective, trying to win every single match. Which is, anyway, I'm going to end the video here. I think I covered my point quite well. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Leave your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.